Hello, everybody. Last night we did the final Project Fate for Cosmic Exploration on Hyperion server. We successfully completed the fate, and now this morning I see that there is a new quest here. I totally did not plan this, but I figured, okay, let's go. Let's go see what Memory's Orbit is all about. Lacera, you've explored Oizys to your liking then? Or perhaps more, what with the spontaneous gravity shifts? I've been up and down all over the place. Hello again, my friends. I am pleased to report that appellations have been assigned to most everything, and with nary a gravitational mishap besides. Fantastic work as always, Naming Way. With each new star we reach, your nuanced nomenclature becomes ever more essential to the initiative. I truly had my work cut out for me this time. Ruin after nameless ruin, and all built by a nameless culture. Naturally, this necessitated a novel approach. Come to think of it, your nomenclature takes on a distinctive theme in each place we go. That must be terribly troublesome to accomplish. How sweet of you to notice. It is my fondest hope that everyone in the initiative comes to appreciate each star's unique characteristics, so I try to do my part to highlight them. How about it, Lacera? Might you be interested to learn how I've chosen to characterize our dear, despoiled Oizys? Sure, why not? Knowing Naming Way, he's been toiling in anticipation of this very opportunity. Go on then, but try not to get too caught up. Okay, any more from Searching Way? Naming Way does so love to cart you around like one of his many, many dictionaries. Okay, Naming Way, let's go. If you're ready to begin today's terrific tour, we will begin with terra firma. Okay. All right, Naming Way, let's go. Let's see where we're going first. Oh, okay. Do you recall the lamp melt marble we utilized on Fana? This new stone is a similar vein, but it was developed by our team expressly for terra firma. It began with the question, why does much of the skyborne rock merely float in place? There had to be a natural counterbalance at play, and so we started digging. The ore we found below can be used to shield against forces both gravitational and magnetic, so we ground it down to make the marble you see in the panels just there. Cool. We believe that many voyagers once made their homes here. Quite literally, as each domicile appears to have been carved out of a single native boulder by arcane means. Thus I call them rock-hollow homes. Though they lie empty now, they still have much to tell us of their inhabitants, who may have been no taller than the people of Aetheris. Okay. Our base of operations is nestled within the Megalithopolis, a once great city of stone. Given that family dwellings are clustered here, as well as the largest ruins we've found, it must have been a vibrant, bustling community. Granted, it had a different identity then, even wore a different countenance back before the anomalies tore it asunder. And how am I to describe a place I never knew? The moment Searching Way told us of this star, I feared that any name I could give it would always be inferior to its true one. That was arrogant. Of course I could never replace the name it once had, and who would ask me to? Aetheris isn't gone, no matter how time has changed the face of it. Yet many of you have never known any home but Heidelin. Neither truth makes the other less true. Oizys can mean something now. It doesn't need to do more than that. And if we one day come to know this star's other name, well, it can have both. That has to be better than being labeled RG46, at the very least. Now, let us embark on a journey of appreciation for all this star has to offer. Our strolls together are always such a delight. Okay, let's find out what we're supposed to do now. I'm not sure, but I think that might be it. Okay, let's see if he still follows us. Yes. I wonder if I did things out of turn. Oh no. I broke the game. No. I think I can part ways with Naming Way. No, did I break the game? Oh no. Okay, let's see. So we did that. We did that other stuff. Oh, I see. Okay, okay, let's go. Okay, I didn't break the game. Just need to figure out the best way to get there. Jeez. All right, come on, Naming Way, let's go. Okay, it's off that way. Come on, Naming Way. Two towering stone projections reaching toward the firmament, almost as if to taunt nature itself. See how the shielding wall to the west is positioned directly between the megalolithopus and the anomaly? We believe this has kept the region's ruins comparatively undamaged, hence the name. And now you know that we ourselves are protected by more than just the rainbow crystal's power. As far as what lies beyond the falsifying wall to the east, nothing but wasteland. For that reason did I see fit to give it the name of a pretender. Next, we shall pay a visit to what may well be the most captivating place on Oizys. I do hope you're excited, Losira. Okay, where are we going? Okay, there. We need to get there. Let's see, do we go this way? I call this mountain the unmoored anchor, though the resemblance is more metaphorical than physical. With a bit of help from our gravitational generators, it connects the stones of Shadefleet to more solid ground, despite being quite adrift itself. Speaking of the sea, the south sprawls the magnetic horizon. I assure you that that name is more than mere poetic license. Only by grace of the water's own magnetic properties do we find the sky less full of sea than it is of stone. Can you imagine what would happen if a living loporrit were to fall in? On second thought, I shan't speculate. Now, let us cross over to Shadefleet and get a closer look at this star's most fearsome feature. Okay, let's see where we're going. Okay, I think we need to go up there. Okay, I make a wrong turn. Let's see. Yeah. The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending Duty Finder registrations. Okay, here we go. Cutscene City. Let's go. Did you catch sight of terra firma growing smaller as we made our way up? It struck me that at this altitude, a sufficiently stiff breeze is as much of a danger as any anomaly. But put that from your mind for now. Tell me, what else catches your eye? See how those blooms share their splendors with the sun? That is why I call them soul berylia. Their lofty position has caused their leaves to grow larger than is typical, so that they now resemble petals in their own right. Though Shadefleet's soil has few nutrients and limited capacity to retain water, these hardy plants have only become bigger and brighter. I do admire their spirit. These land masses were once part of the lithosphere, but Oizys' own gravity hasn't the strength to contend with the anomaly's effects on them. Perhaps they would have been more easily tempted downward were they not riddled with striations of indigo, which has proven to be less dense than the surrounding stone. Or perhaps not. These details are better left to the mathematically inclined. In any case, similar ore is found all across Oizys, untouched at that. The Voyagers seem to have had no use for it, despite its beauty. Behold the crooked cedar, warped by gravity right down to the roots. Evidently, the anomalies fluctuate faintly, hence some branches are forced to grow toward the nearest sphere while others are free to seek the sun. A few saplings will be exported to Aetherius to observe their growth under normal conditions. I expect they'll go straight up. That puffed up plant is chiting pulp, named both for its resemblance to the noble octopus and its ability to remain gently aloft. It floats in place, impervious to the whims of the gravity spheres, seemingly unaided by roots or vines. They call it a botanical miracle. Marvel. Yet there must be some unseen connection to the soil, a force still greater than etheric corruption. Through scientific study, we intend to find it. The menacing orb you see before you is but one of many gravitational anomalies that afflict Oizys. We know not how they came to be, but that the star's ether is in some way corrupted, not in the current mayhap. Some have proposed using gravitational magics to resolve the imbalance, but the finer points of this plan have yet to materialize. Recall you the impescors and faux flora of Fana? These pseudo-stones, as I call them, are arguably of a similar nature. Their idle mid-air posture rather calls to mind an earth sprite prior to its awakening. This star has yet to give rise to its own intelligent life, but mayhap one day it will spark from the faint power contained in these stones. Have you spotted the yellow-green sparkle? That is Oizys jasper. Like crystal, it has proven highly sensitive to etheric stimuli. In fact, I hear it was expertly utilized in the restoration of desert Burl. The euhedron at terra firma is made of this jasper as well. The Voyagers unearthed some truly spectacular specimens. Is it not strange that we ourselves have only found it here in Shadefleet? Were all other veins depleted, or has it something to do with the anomaly nearby? Well, have you made enough delightful discoveries about our dear Oizys, or do you need more time? I've had my fullest. I'm good. I'm glad. For my part, I have dearly enjoyed this academic tour. Navigating the star's treacherous terrain has given me much to think about, too. As before, my mind is drawn to the past. Just as the people of Heidelin came to know the meaning of Aetherius, I should like to one day see Oizys as our predecessors knew her. How I wish that the Voyagers were still here, that they might tell us not only their chosen nomenclature, but how it felt upon their tongues and in their hearts. I see now the opportunities I missed wandering Aetherius those 100 years. All that time I worked from the shadows, speaking to but a scant few tenuous acquaintances. I was convinced that my means of study was superlative. How much more I could have learned had I thought to know you through your own words. But that time of solitary struggle is long past, as are the final days, owing to you and yours. Far more important is what I can achieve now. I joined this initiative in pursuit of a new dream, and I intend to see it through. Each and every discovery shall receive my very best, whether I'm giving it its first name or its 100th. That's all I need to be able to look upon my contributions with pride. Oh, but I'm rambling, aren't I? And we've kept searching while waiting once again. Okay, I think it's time to get back. What a journey that was, as Searching Way himself will doubtless agree, romantic that he is. The Turing Duel returns! Did Naming Way get the chance to recount his naming escapades here on Oizys? Indeed, together we scoured the land for all its most tragically beautiful vistas. Excellent! While you were away, I received reports that significant progress has been made in restoring the Euhedron. The Euhedron? Pray tell, what have they discovered? Good question. Delise is on site as we speak. What say we go and find out? Your timing is impeccable, for the data transfer from Desert Burrow has just concluded. If all goes well, according to plan, we'll gain control of this thing at any moment. What is the meaning of this? Swirly, sparkly spectacle? Is this some sort of record the Voyagers left behind? Strange. The pattern of lights resembles the layout of star system RG4. In which case, the curved line would suggest a trajectory. Could this be a navigational chart? One designed for using each star's orbital plane as a means of acceleration? We have evidence enough of the Voyager's prowess with gravitational magics to place it firmly within the realm of probability, which could mean the Voyagers left the star of their own volition. Perhaps, but by the look of these coordinates, their starship must have departed at high velocity. And to achieve this flight path with gravitational magics would necessitate a spell of considerable scale for even the smallest vessel. Were they to repeat that process to facilitate regular travel, gravity of the very star would suffer for it, would it not? It's a stronger theory that ought the research team have managed to come up with. I'll see who I can recruit for further analysis of this data. The Fana observation team ought to hear of this too. They may be able to work out precisely where the Voyagers were headed. Then we're going after them? You bet your carrots we're going after them. If we can make contact with their descendants, it will be the initiative's greatest hop yet. For that reason, I'll have the whole crew pivot to data analysis. As soon as we have our next coordinates, you'll be the first to know. Because when the time comes, I want you both on board with me. As you have completed 50 stellar missions on Oizys, you are eligible to undertake an additional quest. Seek out Mumuko to learn of ways you might further benefit the initiative. Okay, got another quest unlocked. Let's see what these guys have to say before we go. The team is hard at work analyzing every last bit of the Hedron's navigational chart. As soon as we've got a destination, I'll summon you straight to the Galactic Way. Oizys has been so very full of surprises, hasn't it? The Voyager's charted course is likewise shrouded in mystery. Indeed, once we catch hold of it, I can scarcely imagine where it shall lead us next. Cool. Okay, we got another couple of quests here. Should we do them now? Or should we do them later? I don't know. Let's do them now. There's Mumuko. Hello there, Lucira. You've been assisting the expedition team quite a bit. Yet I expect you have some free time right about now. For you always. Wonderful. You, my dear, are nothing if not dependable. To business then. Counselor Yebduba has submitted her report to the forum as planned. In response, it passed the motion to endorse the initiative and increase the budget. Yet the counselor was more thorough than she let on. In her investigation of our working conditions, she identified 2 individuals whose health is at risk. In her words, so priceless a fuel as passion, burnt in perpetuity, turns talent to ash. Thus are we compelled to rectify the issue. Were the weary souls in question lawpirates, we might feed them a few extra carrots and send them on their way. Alas, mere mortals require actual rest, which makes it all the more troublesome that our best and brightest refuse to be parted from their work for even a moment. We must save them from themselves. To that end, the forum has sent us 2 vicarious vacationers, mammoths designed to assess fatigue, monitor work logs, and generally encourage a healthy lifestyle. Your job is to bestow these upon our most overworked contributors, Delise and Justa, and ensure that they gladly accept. Okay, let's go find them. That way, I think. Ah, another side quest. We will get to it. Hehehe. Oh, wait a minute. That might be Justa. No, 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 no. That's the side quest. Okay, okay. God, I still think back fondly on that moment, deep in the ruins when we realized we were of precisely the same mind. Greetings, Osira. Hoping for a progress report, perhaps? This is for you. What's this? A vicarious vacationer? I appreciate your concern, but this data analysis takes priority. I was merely passing time with Commanding Way while we await a response from the Finna observation team. As soon as we get the go-ahead, we... Just a little lightheaded, nothing to worry about. Not so fast, my friend. My scanners detect moderate heart palpitations and elevated blood pressure. I prescribe 40 winks on the double. I never thought to question it. What with me being a loperet, but between all the working and chin wagging, I don't recall ye ever once retiring to bed. The least ye fool, don't tell me you haven't slept at all. I may have forgone sleep these past 3, or is it 5 nights, but I had little choice. It's been one fascinating finding after another. I do see your point, however. I feel like to collapse any moment. And my team wouldn't appreciate that given the amount of work that would fall to them. Very well, I concede to my mortal limits. Recommended concessions include a hearty meal, a relaxing soak, and a 9-hour nap. I'll even tuck you in personally. As long as you promise not to sing. Okay, that's good. Any last words? No Archon loaf. Then what am I meant to eat? Sorry, friend. When you're off the clock, Archon loaf is off limits. From now on, I'll be keeping an eye on Delise to make damn sure she gets her proper rest. Very good. Alright, let's find Justa. Hey, what the heck is that? Okay, back to our mission. Okay, he's at the hangar. Ah, okay, Justa, you're here. Nearly finished. Oh, a delivery for me? Here you go. Logs indicate that this machine has been running for 6 consecutive bells. 6? Are you certain? It's a strange way to encourage me to take time off, but I appreciate it. The First Legion was never half so considerate. We were expected to work tirelessly until such time as our mission was complete. Without a strict schedule, it seems I've fallen into old habits. To set limits requires a kind of self-discipline that I've never had, whereas it's all too easy to lose myself in my passions. And repurposing my nation's technology lends itself to a particular sort of satisfaction. This unit here was once deployed by the Imperial Army, you see. I salvaged it from one of the provinces where it had been left to rust following the Empire's fall. Here, it can be used for mankind's betterment rather than its destruction. Assuming its engineer keeps her mind fresh enough for the task, please assure Mumiko that her message has been well received. Good going, Justa. So, how exactly does one go about relaxing? Don't worry, girl, you'll learn. I prescribe a flask of coffee and a trip to the beach. There are no beaches here, little vacationer, but you can figure that out later. Okay, we need to go and talk to Mumiko. Welcome back, Lysira. Were our overworked associates amenable to the Mammoth solution? Yeah, they took to it mostly. Then they are not immune to persuasion, given the right technique. Ho there, Mumiko. You'll be glad to know your vicarious vacationers taking the lease to go and eat something. Excellent timing, Commanding Wei. I'd like you to explain how she managed to forego sleep for so long while under your direct supervision. I thought she was fine. I'll keep it in mind from now on. You had better, or so help me. For the record, we have a perfectly reasonable schedule for meeting our milestones and reporting back to the theorists. Yet the project's ambitions are as endless as the star-filled expanse. It's no wonder that our team is tempted to do more than is strictly necessary. Why, I've never seen a group of people half so motivated as the expedition team here on Oizys. But as we've seen today, that enthusiasm makes it all the more important for management to keep a close eye on our contributors. No amount of short-term gains are worth sacrificing long-term sustainability. With sufficient rest, however, I dare say the edge of the universe is the limit. And that's why we'll be enforcing recuperation for the foreseeable future. The mammoths are a suitable first step, but systems must be put in place to encourage compliance. I would prefer our personnel follow the new guidelines willingly, but if not... Show no mercy. Nary a moment in excess of authorized work time should be permitted. And should they try to falsify their records, there will be hells to pay. Well, if it keeps them all in good health, can't say I'd complain. Now then, I hear there are other crew members in need of succor here on Oizys. Should I encounter anyone fitting that description myself, I will be sure to steer them straight into your helping hands. You can look forward to it. Okay. Enforced rest and relaxation. Alright, let's see. Anything else, Mumiko? Do keep an eye out for our fellow contributors in need of assistance. I'm sure they'd be grateful to avail themselves of your talents. Alright, let's see what else we can do here. Okay, I see 2 quest markers. That's Makov's, that's not new. 1 side quest. Okay. Terror along the tracks. You there. Could I have a moment of your time? The situation is grave beyond measure. You have traveled far and wide across this star, so you must know, or at the very least can imagine, how dreadful it is to traverse without aid of the Cosmoliner. It is no exaggeration to say that the success of the initiative entirely hinges upon the reliable transportation it provides. Yet, despite the importance of regular inspections, when I'm out there, I simply can't open my eyes. But I am getting ahead of myself. It all started, you see, when someone claimed to have seen a strange figure pursuing them while riding the Cosmoliner. Some say 'tis the vengeful ghost of a Voyager. Some say 'tis the unholy union of man and sandworm. But all say 'tis the last thing you see before you die. A horrible pale figure that no Cosmoboard can outpace. Call me craven if you will. Call me anything you like. Just please, conduct the inspection in my stead. Really? Great. The stations with equipment in need of examination are along the westmost line, from Cape Garrus to northern Erg Eris. Precisely the route the figure is said to haunt. Alright, y'all, let's go do some ghost busting. Who you gonna call? Alright, let's see. Where are we going? Where are we going? How are we going? Okay. Alright, let's go. Almost there. Oh, there's some mech ops going on over there. I could have used that. Why is that not on my map? Oh, it is on my map. I just couldn't see it. Okay, inspection. Got anything to say? Okay. You inspect the Cosmoliner station. Fortunately, all appears in working order. You scan your surroundings, but nothing resembling a pale figure catches your eye. Perhaps you should move on. Okay. Where are we going next? Let's go this way. Okay, another inspection. Okay, let's see what these people are saying. No batteries from me. Doom scrolling. You inspect the Cosmoliner station. You notice the replacement needed lamp is lit, but otherwise nothing seems amiss. As for a pale figure, there's a Lockrit present, but you are unlikely to be in any danger. Perhaps you should move on. Okay. Everyone's hard at work. You inspect the Cosmoliner station, and is that a bloody handprint? Upon closer examination, you determine it is in fact a dirt smear. This is unmistakably the route you were told to inspect, yet you found no ghost or mutated sandworm. The rumor remains unsubstantiated. In any case, the Cosmoliner engineer will be eager to learn the results of the inspection. You should return to terra firma. Okay. Okay, let's see. Where was he? You're back. Thank the gods. So you scrutinize every last ilm and... I didn't find anything. No mind-shattering sight? No race for your life? What could have inspired such vivid rumors then? Could be a ghost, but one that picks his battles wisely. You do just, don't you? Please, I cannot bumble about with my eyes closed when it's my turn on maintenance for the rest of my life. Ah, to hells with my imagination. Each new possibility conjures horrors I had never before considered. Yet my work is too important to allow them to rule me forever. For the Cosmoliner system does more than facilitate travel. It serves as a conduit for the Rainbow Crystal, extending its power across the star. This is why we often must establish stations in dangerous locales. Regulating the environment is much more important when one is atop a levitating landmass deep beneath the surface. And conditions aren't static, so each station is designed to be installed and uninstalled as needs dictate, with minimal impact on the surrounding environs. Nevertheless, I'd rather not add ghostly apparitions to the list of variables. Our work is hazardous enough. That you remain alive is a hopeful sign, at least. Perhaps when I venture out in the future, closing my mind's eye will be enough. Oh man, I was hoping for some ghosts. No ghosts? Crap, this planet sucks. There's no such thing as ghosts, not on our Cosmoliner, and certainly not while I'm conducting my inspections. Well, you sure did change your tune, didn't you? Okay, let's see. Do we have any other things that we can do around here? Yeah. Oh, another quest. Manages power. Oh, wow. Oh. Okay, a little hydration here. All right, let's go. I know I needn't ask, but have you some time on your hands, Lucira? I know I needn't answer, but yes, I do. Then we have an unspoken understanding. We have recently begun distributing 2 new types of equipment to contributors. Thus far, reception routine seems positive. As they were costly to develop, however, I must determine whether this has been a worthwhile investment of time and resources. All the more so given that I was the one who approved the proposal to begin with. 'Tis a poor manager who scrutinizes everything but her own judgment. Thus, I should like you to survey the individuals making use of our cutting-edge gear. To ensure candid responses, you understand. I'm sure you'll find no few fitting subjects right here at Terra Firma. Alright, let's go talk to people, boss. If you see anyone wearing a shiny new suit, kindly ask for their thoughts. There's no time to the assignment. There's no more to the assignment than that. Alright. Where shall we go first? Ooh, look at that. I hadn't noticed that was still there. Just a little detour. Okay, back to our mission. Okay, someone's on the roof, so let's check that out first. Shooting Way. You know, I don't think I even knew what his name was until now. Shooting Way? Fabulous! Hold that pose, please! Okay, Dark Fuzzer.
Tis I, the Dark Vizier. Challenge me if you dare, my child, but know this. You underestimate the power of the darkness.
Yeah, and you're my father too, right?
In this garb, I wield the power of the galaxy itself. Its magnificence is beyond question. My helm is the crown of our cosmic empire. Through a veil of crimson, I see the force of the ether spilling from every last star.
Sorry, darling, he's rather immersed in his role at the moment. This attire attracts a subset of passionate proponents, you see. He told me he likes to blow off steam after work by pretending he's an evil space overlord. Is everything all right back on the Theris? Now, I'm going to tell you right now that when I first saw this glamour, that was exactly the thought that I had. It had too much dark energy, too much Darth Vader-y energy to it. I thought a coincidence, just happenstance, and now here it is before my very eyes. So there. There. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, we gotta go back down. Okay, gonna do it the lazy way. Let's go. Okay. My opinion on the power suit? I suppose the feedback stage is a vital part of the development. Let me think. Well, the helm's pretty great. Roomy enough for my ears to fit comfortably, and the filter supplies clean, breathable air in even the most toxic environments. The best part, though? If your task calls for a lighter touch, you can wear it without the suit. If that's not innovation, I don't know what is. Oh, glad you like it. Let's check in on the lease. A detailed exercise and nutrition regimen? Compulsory rest breaks? This vicarious vacationer is reassuringly thorough. Perhaps there is something you'd like to know about our endeavors on Oizys. Ooh, she's just a font of information, is she? Isn't she? Well, I'll do that later. Thanks, Delise. Okay, let's pick up the pace. Oh, the little lopper who's always messing with the mechs. They just can't help themselves. Oh, so it's like over there or someplace. There we go. Why, my new power suit is an absolute delight. In my opinion, strength augmentation is the most useful feature. In this garb, even a bookworm bereft of biceps can lift heavy cargo with ease, and I dare say we Charlians could do with the help. It has a diverse range of other functions too, each implemented based on input from the entire crew. Nice. Okay, let's go talk to Momoko. Hey, what's this guy doing? Hehehehe. I take it you found enough participants for a representative sample then? First, I'd like to hear the feedback you received from the power suit users. Suggestions? Complaints? The strength augmentation was well received. Sounds like a worthy investment to me. I'll arrange for mass production at once. And the Star Admiral attire? Is it too ostentatious? Well, its glory fills the user with galactic power. I see. Well, if it improves morale, I'll allow it. I'm told the costume originates from an opera with a dedicated following in Labyrinthos. an interstellar epic whose author is as yet unknown. I was skeptical of his proposed value to the initiative, but it was so highly requested by ardent advocates that we had no choice but to concede. Perhaps I ought to try it on myself, that I might better understand its appeal. One moment. Feel the power of the dark side. Uh-oh. Mumiko, what in mother's name are you wearing, lass? How to put this? You wear it so well, it makes me feel unsettled, afraid. She's frightening enough in her usual get-up. Take it off, I beg of ye. Oh ho ho. They may claim to have no time for Mumiko, but none dare defy the cosmic executive. Hear my orders. See, I knew it. I knew there was all this dark energy in that costume. The moment I saw it. Okay, Mumiko, anything else? Your tireless efforts continue to amaze me, Losira. The initiative owes you a great deal indeed. Okay, what's left? Just net dots over there. Okay. I think that we're done until we go to our next destination. Get up here again. Yeah. Okay. I think that's gonna do it for this stream. If you've come along with me on this little journey, thank you for joining me. It's always nice to have a little bit of company along. So I think that kind of does it for Oizys and our story thus far. We're going to find out later where this path takes us, what lies ahead. But for now, I'm going to go and get something to drink and relax a little bit. And then I got some video to edit. So thanks again for coming along with me on this adventure. And until next time, may all of your initiatives be cosmic